Hello everyone and welcome to Get Your Play Online. My name is Katie and I'm so excited to get playing with you guys today. So today we are making stick flags because as you know, we always play with things that we have outside, and we are going to make two flags. We're going to make the American flag because it is the 4th of July week, and we're going to make the Canadian flag because that's where we have volunteers here in America and Canada. So this is what it's going to look like. This was the first one I made. It's an American flag with all of our stars, or all of our stripes, and I didn't paint the stars because that is a lot of stars to paint, but it'll look like this, and I thought we would get started. So what we need is we're going to need some string. This is my yellow string that I use in all of my activities because it's my favorite color string. And we need sticks. We're also going to need paint. So I have red, white, and blue. And you're going to need to have acrylic paint or like the tempera school paint for this because you don't want watercolor because that's going to wash off. And we need some scissors to cut our string. And I have some newspaper here to keep my grass clean and this beautiful deck. So I'm going to move my camera so you can see what I'm working on. Perfect. So for the American flag, we need 13 sticks. And that's because our flag has 13 stripes on it. So you see here, I have 13 sticks that are about the same size. And I'm going to paint 7 of them red and 6 of them white, just like our American flag. So I'm going to get my paint out. I'm going to put it right on my paper because that's what the paper is here for. I also have a cup of water to keep my brushes clean. So I'm going to count out 7 sticks, and these are the ones I'm going to paint red. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are my red ones, and these will be my white ones. Look, I even have red, white, and blue paintbrushes. I didn't even know that. But we're going to use the red brush, or the blue brush to paint with the red because I don't actually like the red brush. You can go ahead and paint it all over. Because if you're putting it in the grass when you're done, or putting it back on your paper, it shouldn't stick. I'm gonna leave a little corner clear so that I have somewhere to hold it. And paint my next one. I love looking at the sticks and seeing all the different types of bark that are on them. Because this stick is very different from the stick I just painted. They came from different trees. That's okay. hope you guys are able to get outside and paint with me, because where I live, it's really hot today. It's been 90 degrees all week. For any Canadian watchers, that's about 25 degrees. It's really hot out here. So there are my red sticks. All 7 of them are painted, and we're gonna leave those to dry while we paint our white ones. I'm actually gonna use my white brush for that. As I said, it is the 4th of July week, and that's why I'm making my flag red, white, and blue. But you could make your flag any color you want. You could even design your own flag for your country or your house. Or make a different country's flag. Like I said, we're gonna make the Canadian flag. You could make any flag from any country that you want. So I'm almost done painting my white sticks. And after I'm done with that, we're gonna let them dry for a little bit while we paint part of our Canadian flag. And then we're gonna come back to the American flag. Okay, we have, all of our red and white sticks painted. And I'm gonna scooch this along so you can see my other half of the paper. And we're gonna paint all of our sticks for the Canadian flag white. For the Canadian flag, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sticks, because that makes a pretty good flag shape. And because the Canadian flag doesn't have stripes going the same way as the American flag, we don't need a certain number of sticks. So we're going to use 8 for the Canadian flag, and we're going to paint all of these sticks white. Hopefully I don't run out of white paint. Do you have a color of paint that you use more than your other colors? Because I always use white the most. Because you can mix it in with other colors too. You use blue the most? Yeah, blue's a really good color. I bet you like dark blue the most, don't you? Yes, and teal. Teal's a great color. You're right, Michaela.
I like blue.
Today is very special day because I'm actually filming in front of a live audience. And my grandma just said that her favorite color to paint with is blue. So she agrees with you, Michaela. Well, Michaela said blue and teal. But a good trick if you are running low on paint is to add a little bit of water. Because with acrylic paint, it'll make it a little more watery, but it'll still dry and it won't come off. But it will spread it a little quicker and better. So you'll have more paint to use. Only 2 more sticks left in our Canadian flag. Your grandma is always right. You're right, Michaela. Grandma is always right. Can you guys hear the birds around me? That bird's name is Salt. That's what I was told, is we've named the bird Salt because the neighbor's dog is named Pepper. So we have Salt and Pepper. Do you name the birds you see in your yard? Okay. We have painted all of our painted all of our sticks for the Canadian flag. You hear a lot of birds? Yeah. We have a bird feeder out here, so we get a lot of them coming around. So I painted all of my white sticks for the Canadian flag. We're gonna go back to the American flag, and we're gonna line them up so that we have every other color. So it goes red, white, red, white, red, white. Put my brush back in my water for a little bit. Oops. Just spilled my water. It's okay, I still have some left. So we're gonna line up our sticks. So it goes red, white, red, white, red, whites, they're still a little bit wet, but that's all right. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red. There we go. So we now have them going every other. And the American flag has a blue square on it with the stars on it. So just like this one, we are going to paint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of our flags half blue. So I'm going to take my blue brush out for that. It still is a little bit red, so I'm going to get that out of there. Okay, so now I'm going to paint half of my sticks blue. You don't have to do the full half, just enough that it looks like you could make America's little square. Just like that. And I think my camera's flipped, so I'm going to show you like this. And I'm going to do that again with 7 of them. Kind of looks like a red and blue magician's wand. Salt is being very loud right now.
Huh?
You can say, hi, Salt. You can hear her responding, can't you? Let's see, I painted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my last one that I'm painting half blue. Okay, so we're gonna let that blue dry and we're gonna go back over to Canada. It's like we're traveling back and forth. I wonder how easy is it for you to get to Canada? For me, all I have to do is drive only an hour and I'm in Canada. Depending on where you live in the United States, it might be a little bit harder. So just like with my American flag, I'm gonna line up my sticks. But for this one, I don't need to alternate colors. So can you see my white sticks lined up here? Where are you going to put the flag? I don't know yet. I might hang it up on one of these hooks by the bird feeder so the birds can see it. So I don't know if you've ever seen the Canadian flag, but it is white and it's got a maple leaf in the middle and it's got 2 lines on either side. So we're gonna paint the lines first. I have my red paint and I'm just gonna paint right down my sticks so I get a good line on all of them. And I'll go ahead and paint the back afterwards. But for now, I just want to coat the front. Okay, so now I've painted my red stripes down the middle of my flags. And I'm gonna try to paint maple leaf. So I'm gonna paint it one stick at a time. Paint a little bit up here on my top flag. I'm slowly gonna paint more and more on each stick until I get about this shape of my maple leaf. It's best to have your sticks nice and close together for this one. Now I'm gonna make my lines a little bit smaller. And now I'm gonna make the stem of my leaf. And there we go. It doesn't look exactly like a maple leaf because like I said, we had to divide it up onto multiple sticks. But I think that looks great. And now we are ready to tie these all together and make it all one piece like our flag here. So I'm gonna put my brush in my water. I don't know how dry my American flag is yet, but let's hope for the best. So I'm gonna get my string. I already have a pretty long piece cut here. I'm gonna make one more long piece because you're gonna need 2 pieces of string for this. I can't wait to see what yours looks like. Please send me a picture either in the comments or tag us. I know yours is gonna look great, Michaela. So to start, I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna tie it around my bottom stick. So you can see the flag here, this is the top, and this is gonna be the bottom. So I'm gonna take my string and I'm gonna tie a knot. So to do that, we're gonna make a loop around our stick. I'm gonna put the end of the string through the loop. And we're gonna pull that nice and tight, and we're gonna do it twice. Because we want this one to be very tight because it's the bottom. We wanna let that piece dangle like that. We're gonna take our other piece and tie on the other side. So there we go. We have a little swing. Can leave this out for the birds to swing on. So I'm gonna tie my next one. And this time I don't need to make a double knot, but I'm gonna make a loop. I'm gonna put my string through. I'm gonna pull that all the way through. I wanna make it nice and tight so it's nice and close to my other one. So we don't want too many gaps. We're gonna keep doing this with all of our sticks. So we're gonna tie them together. And keeping them nice and tight. Uh-oh, my stick popped out of my knot. So we want to put that back in there and make sure it's nice and tight around that stick.
and nice and close to the other stick, so there's not too big of a gap. There we go. See how it's coming together? We now have 3 stripes. And keep tying. You guys are doing great. We're still tying. Remember, there were 13 sticks with this project. So that means it's going to take a lot of time to tie all these sticks together. This is similar to how we did our boats the last time. We had to tie a bunch of sticks together nice and tight, although we did that one a little bit differently. So we wanted that one so tight there were no holes. This one we can have a couple of holes. Okay, so it's coming together. Now I have to tie my 7 sticks with the blue on it. These ones are still a little bit wet, but that's okay. We will let them dry once they are tied together. We are down to the last stick. And we are done. We have our full flag. So we're going to take our leftover string at the top. We're going to tie that in a knot. You can make your top as long as you want or as short as you want. You want to be able to hang it up somehow so that everyone can see your beautiful art. So again, I'm just tying the same knot we tied with all the other sticks. And I'm doing it twice, and I'm going to pull that tight. And now I'm going to cut off my extra string. And here is our finished product. I turn it both ways. It depends which way the camera is showing up for you. But here is our American flag that we made. This was so much fun, you guys. I hope you had fun. So we'll quickly tie together our Canadian flag in hopes that it's already dry. And then we will say goodbye. And you guys can go have fun outside or enjoy other activities that we have going on later. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tie my sticks into tie knots around my sticks. My yellow string doesn't really go with everything. So I don't think my yellow string is going very well with my Canadian flag or my American flag. But like I said, I love this yellow string, so I will use it as long as I can. Okay, so we have our first stick tied. We're going to make sure that those ones are tight knots. This is the bottom piece, and we don't want it to fall apart. We're going to tie it at the top. I know I did that one really fast, but if you miss any of that tutorial, you can go back and watch the other part. And here is, let's line up our sticks a little. They're not falling and messing up our lines. Here is our Canadian flag. Like I said, we gotta make sure our lines are nice and straight so that we can see the full design. There we go.
I hope you guys had fun. We made so much fun activities today. And if you made any other type of flag, I'd love to see what you made. And like I said, you can design your own flag, or you can make the American one like I did. You can even make it any color you want. So I hope you guys had fun and come back for our other activities. And I will see you all next time. Bye, friends.